Section 6.3, function applications. So the first thing we're going to talk about is function notation. We write it like this right here. And we say it y equals f of x. I know typically parentheses have meant multiplication, but this is just a way of writing functions. And it's saying that this y depends on the value of x. So the first one, just practice using them. When we see that this function is f of x equals 2x plus 6, we're trying to figure out the value of f of -1. All this means is that, notice here we had an x and an x here. So all it's saying is wherever we used to see the x, we're going to now use this -1. So this -1 is just going to go in wherever you saw the x. So the key thing is anywhere that there was an x now becomes a -1. And that's all it is. So now we're going to determine the value of these functions given the values that we're going to look at. So notice this one says f of 5, so we have to come up here and see which one is f of x. So this is the function we're going to be using. Once again, wherever we saw the x up here, we change that to a 5, so that means this x is also going to change to a 5. Now this next one is g of -6. And so we're going to have to come here because this one has the g. Once again, just plug it in and simplify as much as possible. We got an h of 4, so we're going to use our function that's h. Following order of operations here. And then this last one. We're still using h. -6 squared is 36. We get 97. So same idea here. The big difference with this first one is that we have to find f of 7 and g of 1. The easiest way to do this is to do them separately and then do the subtraction once you have the numbers for each one. So let's start by looking at f of 7 is 3 minus 4 times 7, because remember f is this one right here. And then g of 1, so we're going to use this one over here and just use g. That gives us -7. And now putting them together. So f of 7, which was negative 25, minus g of 1, which was negative 7. So minus a negative is plus a positive. So we have negative 25 plus 7 is negative 18. So now this one, notice we've got a variable in here, a plus 2. It's still going to work the same way. Everywhere we saw an x up here, we're going to just replace it with a plus 2. And in order of operations, we got to distribute this binomial to itself. So 12a plus a is this 13a, 12 plus 2 is 14, minus 5 is our 9. This last one, notice it's just 3 times this diamond, whatever the diamond stands for. And it's the function of f that we're using, so we come back to here. Oops. Four times 3 is 12, and you can leave that diamond as a diamond. And we do that example to show you that the variables don't have to always be letters. It can be whatever you want, and it still isn't going to change the operations that you're doing. So now we're using this function that models shooting a bullet straight up into the air. Notice we're using h for the height, t for the time, and we're using t in seconds. So we want to find the height of the bullet for 3 seconds after it's shot. So all we need to do for this one is figure out h of 3, because we want to know at 3 seconds. So every there's a t, put in a 3. So what we get is 624, and remember it's our height. This is in feet. I forgot to put that up here, but this is the height is in feet. Alright, so we want to find the value of h of 2. So same idea, but we're using 2 now. So we get 448. And now for C, it's asking us to write out what exactly h of 2 means. So what it means is that at 2 seconds, the bullet is this 448 feet in the air. So you need to be able to, given just something like this right here, you need to be able to tell me what that is actually telling us in terms of the problem. Alright, so the first one, we want to figure out a function that describes the cost. So the cost includes these fees and the cost per square foot. Notice that this is the number that can change. So I'm going to just go ahead and do cost is based on square feet. This 14,000 stays because that's fees that we're paying regardless of the size of the house. But then we also have $102 per square feet. So each square foot is going to add $102 to our total cost. So you have 800. We're just going to plug that 800 in. And it says explain what it means. So that's where we're going to go back to our words. So it's going to cost is $95,600 to build, and our S was 800. So build an 800 square foot home. And now we still have to do C. So now this time it's telling us the cost is $167. So that means we know what this cost is. So that's what's going to go here. And we're trying to figure out how many square feet that is. So that means we're trying to find the value of this S. So solve this just like we did back in chapter 2. So this is telling us that our square feet is 1,500 square feet. And that's going to cost us $167 to build.